don't forget to pick up your feelings. Girl, please. Okay. Finish my run. Now I can talk to you. And as we talk, I may stop periodically to replenish, because when I get on my live, there are a few folks who always ask me, Rico, where's your water? Here it is. So y'all come on in, it's cool. Now I'm sure y'all have noticed the name change. I've changed the name of the page here. Not my YouTube channel, but my Facebook. Rico and His Opinions. I like that a lot. Some of you may be confused. Alright. Y'all to catch this as I get my stroll on. Oh, man. Maybe I should have walked against the sun. But anyway, let me go ahead and get it started. Welcome. Yeah, my name changed. Rico and His Opinions. That seemed to be more apropos for this Facebook page. If you're on my YouTube channel, it's still Rico the Opinionist. That is my signature name. Rico the Opinionist. Okay, I'm holding this hand. Yeah, so let me do a little house cleaning. First of all, good morning. I'm still sweating from the run. It was a good run. In case you didn't know, I still have this little short story. As always for sale, if you want to hear a good story about a young man finding out about his actual biological father by accident. Yeah, I was 22 years old when that happened. It was by accident. It was, I guess, supposed to be a secret. I don't know. But it wasn't until so 22. I even talked to him on the phone. He didn't really want to talk. He wouldn't want to meet and stuff. So it wasn't until I turned 39 that I took it upon myself just to, hey, go knock on the door. Because, you want to see the person. I heard him, which was my voice. Then when he came outside, I saw my body. I'm like, God damn. And so, you're like, hey, what's up? What's up? And so he asked me, so how'd you find me? I said, Google Maps, MapQuest. And he's like, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. That's what he said. So, so if you like to read like the entirety of that story, it's called The Greatest Pain Ever Felt. Conversation with my absent biological father who never wanted to be found. And it's only $10. Hit me on that Cash App. Rico the Opinionist, and I think it's the PayPal, Rico the Opinionist, the Opinionist, OPINIONIST. So it was in the description box of the YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. So, I'd like to check that out. Please send an email address with that payment because it's in a PDF format, so I can just email it to you. And just email it to you and you check it out. And guess what, y'all? This morning when I was doing my jogging, if y'all haven't, I'm sure some of you haven't been on my page and you haven't noticed, I'm in a picture with the conservative sister, Angela Stanton. Good morning, Michael. Angela Stanton King, who's a conservative sister who's been on the Breakfast Club where she chewed them up and spit them out. They tried to come at her with the whole conversation about the LGBT, and then she's on Kwame Brown's podcast and shut it down. I think it's up to probably 800,000 views. And she's been all over places where they talk to her. Because when you're speaking logic in the days of these emotional times we live in, people don't want to talk about the truth and speak logic. So, speak logically and want to go with their feelings. And so, but anyway, I saw her on Saturday, and the pictures on The picture is on my Facebook page, Rico and His Opinions. That's my new name to the same Facebook. And then I happened to be jogging this morning, and I saw her sitting outside her hotel. She's still here. Well, she says she's leaving this afternoon at 1 o'clock, heading back to Atlanta. So, well, damn. So we just had a brief tat-a-tat to say what's up. Yeah, so that's cool. Got to meet the, and it's not. And for those of you who want to know, no, I'm not a conservative. Now I'm not a registered conservative. I'm an independent with some conservative views in the sense that the way our people, as African people in this country, the way we behaved and the standards that we set for us. I'm not conservative as in Larry Elder's, Candace Owens conservative, no. Even they get some things right a lot of times, as, you know, both of them. However, I'm not right-wing evangelical conservative. I'm not that right-wing Republican, none of that. I'm an independent thinker. I vote independent. I think for myself. I gather information first before I blurt out emotional stuff. So, when people, when they hear a black person say, yeah, I'm conservative, all of a sudden, these days, it's automatically connected to Trump and all of that, which is, yeah. When I hear Democrat, I don't have any positive thoughts about whenever you say you're a Democrat, and there's history and there's statistics to show, give great reasoning to why. But anyway, it's not about that shit. My conservatism comes from like your grandmothers, my grandmothers, your grandfather, my grandfathers, how they believed in working for what they had and provided based on what came out of their brain through their hands and the philosophies that they gave us. And how they built, even under the construct of Jim Crow, they still were able to build businesses, still be able to create jobs and enter college and get PhDs and open colleges under Jim Crow. That's the conservatism I'm talking about. Expectations of behavior, standards, and we seem to have lost that. And so, if anyone were to ask, that's the kind of conservative I am. Like, damn, we're supposed to be doing better than them. We even have the technology. We're not even doing better than our folks who actually went through the hailstorm. They were living through actual lynching. See, you walk down the street and you can't sit here, you can't drink here, you can't go in there, and they still did better than what we're doing today. Meaning they understood unity. All they had was each other. And they made it work, and there's evidence of it. But now, today, we become these multicultural liberals, and we ain't got shit. Except for out-of-wedlock birth, tattoos everywhere. Black schools that are closing because black folks don't go to them. Don't make me go there. Because my topic is not that this morning. Shout out to Angela Stanton King. Anyway. Do I agree with everything she talks about? Who agrees with everything anyone says? Can we do that? And please, I hope the wind here does not drown out my message this morning. Because my message is to black men. Yeah, y'all know, y'all hear me going in on black women all the time. And I'm not doing a tit for tat or balancing out. It's just some things when it comes to my Aquarius mind. And y'all know that I am a proponent of and for black males, black boys, to the core, first and foremost. But doesn't mean I can't call out bad behavior. Where I think it's really needed. And but you know, it's just the weirdest thing, and I'm not here to address all the issues, just certain things that I see that I think we're not paying that much attention to. Y'all know most recently, and the title of this is, by the way, is are some black males reckless with their penis? And my answer is yes. I mean, and I also have a video on YouTube. I'll put it in the description box where I talked about black men value your sperm, value your semen. And so I'll put that in my description box on my YouTube channel. To find that old video I did, because I have my locks. I think I'm wearing a tie and I'm driving somewhere. I come from work. And I'll talk about this. So this is not a new topic, but it bears repeating based on the recent occurrences and some high-profile black men. and their poor reproductive choices. Just reckless reproductive choices. And yes, I'm a firm believer. Women do make the choice to become single mothers. They can use their godly or spiritual discipline to wait until they have a mate, like a husband, or someone who's signed on a dotted line, or got with them before God and said, we're going to be together. Then you create a child. Not doing it because you think he's cute, or it was such a great sexual experience. Whatever it was, because I'm telling you, black kids are not being made out of planning and love. They're not. That's why, hell, if we respected the study, the science of psychology and human growth and development, y'all know what I'm talking about. Most folks will know what that is. We don't respect the science of psychology. So therefore, we don't respect the development of children and believe that children have feelings. It's like only people give a damn about what goes on with children is when they're unborn. Oh my God, I'm against abortion. The pain they must be going through. Just shut up. How about the pain they go through when they're born to some jackasses? Some unloving, unprepared parents. That's the pain I'm concerned about. Not the minute or less process or the whatever few minutes it takes for the abortion. That's foolishness. They don't even know what hit them. No, you need to see the video. Their baby's crying. But how about a kid going through bullshit all the way up to 18 to 21? And we got to put up with that abuse. They need therapy for the rest of their lives. If they don't get therapy, they're doing a lot of reckless things. So, that's all. I'm not here to talk about abortion. I just want to throw that out there. Because people get self-righteous. And so, but all I know is just selfishness just to get clout and attention. I'm against abortion. Just shut up. So, but yeah, let me start from the beginning. I said there's a problem. We talked about Nick Cannon, reckless with his penis. He's got 5 baby mamas in 3 months. And we always talked about Future. He got on he on his 8th baby mama. And now you've had this, who else? You got DaBaby. I just saw that in the blogs. He's allegedly, reportedly expecting a 3rd baby with a 3rd baby mama, this little mixed chick that had that terrible, weird song called Yellowbone, and it sucked out loud. I guess to try to diss his dark-skinned 2nd baby mama, 1st baby mama, whatever, girlfriend or whatever. And so she's allegedly pregnant with DaBaby's baby. Okay, and then we heard football player from Denver Broncos, Von Miller. Now, he's gotten Insta-thought pregnant. Boy, I tell you, what's with these black dudes now? Why am I mentioning these guys? Because y'all know this stuff happens all the time. Why am I mentioning them? These are rich black dudes. These dudes have money. So these black males, even whether they're poor in the hood or have $40 to $50 million in the bank, they still can't seem to understand the importance of protecting their penis. What is this phenomena? Why is it that so many black males, poor or rich, don't seem to know how to pick a decent woman to reproduce with? Or what is this thing about this, what I call this old buck plantation behavior? And I could go to the history of why they behave, but you know what? Whenever you give the history of this psychological behavior, a lot of our people, like I used to do in the 90s and early 2000s, you want to give reference, right? And this to like the Dr. Umars and Tariq Nasheed and all the so-called conscious folks out there who want to give the history of slavery and give how it still impacts the psychology of people today. That is important. It is. Because I'm always referencing Dr. Joy Leary's book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, which researches and explains very well a lot of the behaviors that we do today or they have their roots or their beginnings on the slave plantation. But however, I found that over the years when Umar Johnson or Tariq Nasheed or whoever else is supposed to be the conscious thought leaders of the day, when they share this information, it does very little to change behavior. It is almost as if you give people excuses like, well, yeah, that would happen to us, so... Let me give you all a prime example that we can probably identify with. There was an episode of Family Guy. And that damn Seth MacFarlane, I'm telling you, that white boy, he's on it. He he did an episode where Peter was diagnosed with some kind of mental challenge or, yeah, mental challenge. And then on the job, right? And he said, oh, so I'm retarded, you know, in that New England accent, but I'm retarded. And so what he's saying was, what the message they was sending is, well, this is why I do this. So Peter started acting a fool wherever he went, in the grocery store, throwing shit off the shelves, eating stuff, at the job, clowning. And then they would say, oh, whoa, don't get upset, he's retarded. And then they say, oh, bless your heart. And he'll go and do something else destructive. Oh my God, no, he's retarded. Bless your heart. Then people be like, why, you son of a, he said, I'm retarded. And they're like, oh, bless your heart. And so that is, I think that's how black people are treated in this country. Because when we talk about how how slavery and all that has impacted us, well, the world almost looks at black Americans as, oh, bless their heart. They don't know any better. But I don't play that game. Let's say, for example, Ebonics. Let me get back to the black men in a minute. You know, white liberals, and there's some conservatives in there somewhere, I'm sure, but mainly white Democrats, white liberals, about this Ebonics thing. Now, they don't allow their children, no other group allows their children to speak broken English in this country and think it's okay. So when you hear black kids speaking broken English, you know, they're like, oh, that's okay. They don't know any better. You know, how come as black American kids having all these struggles with the goddamn GRE or with the SATs? We know testing doesn't measure one's intelligence. Well, how come an African from Africa or an Asian from Japan or Korea or whatever come over here and they aced the damn test? You know, it's culturally biased. When has mathematics and reading become culturally biased? See how we playing these games? We letting these folks tell us that we're retarded. And they're like, oh, bless your heart. Well, they're violent because, you know, we got reasons for the violence. We got reasons for all of that. But so, what I do is, I just point out the pink elephant in the black living room. I say, you know what? I'm not going to go there anymore. Because, see, when you give them these references, they're like, well, okay, that's why we do it. What you have to do is give people real information in real time. See, we have a lot of black men who complain or point out. I'm one of those. I want child support to end. But even though they complain about getting on child support, these little stupid bastards, it still has not prevented them from not going up in a woman raw, who's not their wives. So how do you put the two together? How do you work that out? Because like when you give them the history of stuff, it's like they don't change their behavior. You got rich millionaire black men sticking their penis into dangerous poisonous punanis recklessly, and then they're going to complain about the behavior of the person that the vagina is connected to. Reportedly, allegedly, football player Von Miller's from Denver Broncos, his baby mother is allegedly, reportedly, want to bar him from the emergency room during a child's birth because he allegedly, but when she told me she was pregnant, that he said, hey, I hope you have a miscarriage, and so she's holding that. But really, y'all know all this stuff is about money. And so, you got all these other folks. What's wrong with these black dudes? Let me tell y'all something else. Let me just share y'all a story. I've been a master level social worker since 1996. Worked in substance abuse and mental health, right? And a lot of my clients were outpatient. I did residential treatment for a few years, but also transitioned into outpatient. Come in, they're 2-hour groups and go home. They don't live there. And I've run into so many young men over the past 24, 25 years of however you want to work it out. And in the hood, young man, 19 years old, 3 baby mamas, 5 kids by 3 baby mamas, 19 years old. And you know, you say, well, there's a reason behind that. Let's get into the sociological reason. Let's get to the historical reason. Damn all that. Why can't we just tell these people, dude, what's wrong with you? Are you retarded? But that's not an excuse for you to continue the behavior. Then y'all accuse somebody like me of talking down to them like we did Dr. Cosby. See, it's like we cannot talk to people about their weird-ass behavior. And you got rich black dudes acting like a bunch of hood dudes. So what is it? Is it, well, you know, they don't have fathers. I can't give y'all that either. I didn't have a dad, and I don't have kids anywhere. Because I knew I wanted something else for my life. Everyone is not meant to be a parent. Just because you're screwing doesn't mean you're supposed to be a parent. This ain't 1821, it's 2021. It's stupid. We got iPhone 13, 17s, but you still can't operate your penis, black guys? And don't tell me what white men do. Don't tell me what everyone else is doing. That's not my concern. My concern is our behavior and black children. And these black men, you know, a lot, not all y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have to keep saying that shit. No bunch of retards. You know, it's just something to that. And so when are we going to start calling this behavior out and stop thinking it's something cool? And I don't give a damn about how many kids your granddad had. He was reckless too. If he wanted, now unless he had them all by your mama, your grandma, man, shit. My granddad had about 16 kids, about 12 women. Your granddad was terrible. He was a selfish son of a bitch who didn't give a damn about kids. And that's anybody else that got more than one. Now, there's some people who get married, and then, but in the first marriage, they have like 2 children. Then they get divorced, and they get married again. And their second marriage, they have 3 children. I get that. And they're still together. All that. But all this random, since the 9th grade, you got somebody pregnant in 9th grade. Then you got somebody pregnant in 11th grade. Then on prom night, you got somebody pregnant in 12th grade. What's wrong with your dumb ass? Are you retarded? Yeah, we need to bring that word back. You're just retarded. Not retarded like, oh, bless your heart. No, retarded like your ass needs a vasectomy. It goes back to that woman was saying, shouldn't she give her 14-year-old boy a vasectomy? Shit, if you're not going to tell these people the truth, they took sex ed out the classroom. And you're not going to teach black boys your penis is not your pathway to manhood. That's just a reproductive thing that you do. And when it's time to appropriately create children and produce a family, not create baby mamas, you stupid fucker. And somebody needs to talk to them, but we won't talk to them. They took all that out of the classroom. We're letting the rappers teach them about sex. Yeah, we're allowing that. Because we don't go in and as a country and as a race of people stand up against these little animals that's teaching animalistic behavior. I'm not coming from a place of perfection. I'm coming from a place of practice. I ain't no better than nobody else, but I don't have any bastard kids running around here, and I don't have no various baby mothers. And so I run across these young guys. They would have the nerve. Now they're in my class. They were sent to me through probation and through courts. Hey, Mr. Rico, you mean you don't want a little you running around here? You want your name to carry on? So number one, some mornings, goddammit, I don't want me running around here. Thank God for meditation and some antidepressants here and there. And number two, what name are you talking about? If you black and born in America, usually more likely you got a plantation name unless you became a Muslim and changed your name to X and beyond. What the hell are you talking about? And what name are you gonna send, Mr. Probation? Mr. Just getting out of jail, what you gonna give me, your cell number? 7733885-4? Motherfucker, that's what you gonna pass on? Don't say the dumbest shit. Passing on a legacy is a privilege. And it should be something that kids can be proud of. But you got all these probation, just getting out of jail, tattoo on necks and arms, motherfuckers. Come on, I'm passing my name. And what name have you built except for in the streets? But that's what used to trip me out when those guys and my groups used to come at me like, you don't want no little you? Hell, sometimes I want me around this mother. Thank God this is a good day. Hell. And yeah, depression is real in black men. We need to talk about that shit, but that's not this morning. So, what is with these famous black guys setting this poor example? Because believe it or not, famous black men, y'all are role models to non-famous black males and children, especially the boys. You around here, the baby on your third, possibly, allegedly. You got Future's just done. He's clinically retarded. Nick Cannon is just he's striving for manhood, still trying to be cool and get a black card. I guess he thinks that's what black men is, have all these multiple baby mamas. Ain't nothing cool about that. There's nothing never been cool about that. But when you're ignorant and you just don't know at all, you think that's cool. It's not cool. And let me go ahead to on this side. Man, let me tell y'all something one time. A Negro, he was a grandma tonight. He said this lame ass shit to me. And I knew then, even a Negro with a degree thinks like a child whose testicles hadn't even formed yet. This grown motherfucker, over 40, said this on my Facebook page years ago. And I even saw that son of a bitch at homecoming one time. He had the nerve to try to speak. Yeah, I wish I would speak to your punk. But anyway, he gonna say, there was this topic up here. You know, when it comes to children, I spare no words. And I don't know if y'all remember when the little boy was shot up by the gang member because they were trying to get at the father. And the little boy was taken in the alley. He was about 7 or 8 years old, and the gang member shot the boy. Shot him and killed the little boy. And I said, you know what? Had she reproduced better, had that female decided to reproduce better, that little boy will still be alive. It is because of her that kid is dead. Because, you know, again, these women, they reproduce with gang members, thugs, criminals, and expect some kind of positive result, right? And so, Michael Trott, what's up? I just got out he said, I just put out, bro, I just put out 2 ratchet girls. Where, Mike? So anyway, and so it's going back. It was 2 dudes. It was 2. One of them from my hometown, lame ass, grown ass dudes. And so, instead of speaking up for the child who was dead, you know, these 2 grown Negroes came at me for, I guess, what they seemed to think I was insulting the black woman. The first Negro, who from my hometown, he gonna say, man, Rico, man, what you need to do is go get you a sister and get you some pussy, man. Yeah, you right here insulting the sister. I said, ho, jackass. You mean you finna take her for a grown-ass woman and ignore a baby, a 7-year-old little black boy that was murdered? You sorry piece of shit. That's all you had to say, you grown-ass husband of multiple children? That's what you had to say? So, of course, he was blocked. And I've seen him in person, too. No words. He's cool. You know, hey, Rico, what's up? You know, I've seen that cat in person, too. I mean, there's something. So, then this next motherfucker, instead of addressing what the issue is, that is the murder of a little black boy, 7, 8 years old, by gang members in retaliation, because they couldn't get his daddy, and address what I'm saying. I said, so, had she reproduced better, that little boy would still be alive. This other Negro, college degree now. Rico, I think you're jealous. Hold on a minute. Rico, I think you're jealous because she chose those brothers to reproduce and they never chose you to reproduce with. I said, you know what? I don't know where to go with this shit. I said, these are grown-ass men. These ain't no 15, 19, 18-year-old dudes on the corner talking. These are degreed motherfucking black dudes. These are degreed black dudes. And so, sometimes it becomes conflicting when I say, you know what? I think the police might be shooting the wrong Negroes. Well, maybe not a lot of times, because this shit is stupid. And that's what grown. So instead of pointing the finger where it needs to go, they decided to attack me because they thought I was insulting this. And this same ratchet female was on her Facebook page, Instagram page with a pistol up like, yeah, and call herself a bad bitch with a gun like this. And I think she had a tattoo on her face. But look, man, look, you can't make this shit up. You can't. These are actually black dudes who will come at you like that. I tell you, we got a lot of underdeveloped, grown-up motherfucking black dudes. Yeah. And so, I'm sure today I'm probably get some of that same, but you just jealous of them dudes because they got money. I don't give a damn about that. No telling, you be shocked. And it'll go along with what I've always been saying. Nobody cares about black children. They care more about grown-ass people's feelings than the development and the lives of children. And that's where we are. These young men out here, these famous black men, these dudes in the hood, they don't give a damn about children. You can't give a damn about children if you don't think enough of that child to make sure you pick the right woman or a wife to have your children with. Y'all let me know if I'm saying something wrong. Good morning. My big bro on here, y'all. What's up, Eric? What's up? You can't care about children. Because like they said, when you go to the garbage can, you know, you're gonna come out with trash. And that's what these dudes are doing. Then they cry about the shit. That's the weirdest thing. It's hard to defend motherfuckers like that. Hard to defend them. Man, the child support kicking them on the ass, man. The child support killing. Dude, the child support was there when you was hitting the raw. Why would we think about child support then? You know, I want the system to be gone because it's being used as a weapon to take out a lot of men, but also it goes back to this whole racism thing. You know, when someone shows you, hey, there's a black hole right there, please, when you go down that street, walk around it. You got jackass, the Jethro Bodine ass Negroes. 6th grade education, 6'3", 6th grade education having mother lovers. Walk dead into the hole, said, man, these folks done got me caught up in that motherfucking hole, man. Man, these white folks, man, ain't own a nigga. I'm like, what is the problem, bro? Are you kidding me? We told you where the hole was. And all this stuff that's going on. Don't y'all know these other dudes see the stories of other black men and they still repeat it? So, I'm just saying, you famous black guys, y'all need y'all ass whooped. Y'all can't do no better. And it's not about not having a father. It's not about that. Because some of these brothers have dads at home and they still make lame ass choices. Maybe it's because, you know, the whole thing is a lot of men pick their women based on the first woman that's in their lives that's their mothers. Oh shit, I might be going too far. Because we just ignore what's called human growth and development. Why don't we respect nature and the human growth, development, and natural order things? How have we fallen so far that we don't respect that? So that's why I'm always curious and almost semi-chuckling about when I hear religious folks talk about God. I said, y'all don't respect shit about God. Y'all behavior is totally opposite. Danny Willock said, black folks, we are the only backwards thinking American ethnic group. We appear to be, don't we? And with that, of course, there's some information out there, Daniel. They'll say, well, you know, slavery did this, that, and the other, but we've had 200 years, 300 years to read books and to go to therapy. We've been in all the highest institutions. We're everywhere in all the highest colleges, and they have this backwards thinking. But they also, it's the weirdest thing. Why don't we respect nature, God and nature? Because people don't believe in God. It's bullshit. They believe in the symbolism around the songs, the saying, oh glory, hallelujah, get me Heavenly Father. No, they believe in all that. That sounds cool. Yeah, that's why it's easy for people like me to make fun of that shit. Because I know that people are full of crap. They don't believe in them because if you respected God and nature, we would be behaving a certain way. Like it's gonna start raining? I guess it's time for that. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all even in the rain. You hear me? Damn, it's coming quickly too. But anyway, to all you famous black dudes, y'all set a bad example for the black boys, and y'all either get condoms or goddamn it get a vasectomy, because it's like y'all become millionaires to give your money away. When I was a kid in the 80s and the early 90s, a kid in the 80s and a young man in the early 90s, the biggest beta male simps were the dope dealers. All Lil Mama had to do was show up, and that man they used to hand these chicks, man, stacks of money just because she got in the car with him. So they're the biggest beta male simps. So simping is nothing new with black males, but it's costing them a lot of money. Good morning, Mary Max. Cochise, what's up, man? Now it's costing them a lot of money, and they're setting poor examples of reproductive behavior for other black males. You got people, man, I hear famous who are doing that stupid shit. And then they're crying about the results of their actions. You know, and I don't feel any sympathy for these cats. You don't even have to do that. But you do it because you're still chasing manhood. You do it because obviously you've shown a poor example of womanhood growing up in your household. Because a lot of young men, you know, young boys, period, they watch their mothers. If their mother's not giving a great example of what a woman is, you know, and no one's telling them any different, that's what they go out and attract. Those poor examples. Or, because of the examples that their mother showed, they go out and get total opposite. And a lot of times, what these young men are choosing are not necessarily of their own race. So there's something too, when these young brothers go out here and get these non-black females to marry and reproduce with, it's a little deeper than, well, during slavery, the black male was prohibited from even looking at the white woman, so he sees her as a trophy. Okay, you can throw that into, but also let's bring it into the sociological aspect of it, and the group aspect of it. A lot of guys are seeing how their mothers behave and say, you know what, they learn at 8 years old, 10 years old, but I know permanently at 12 years old, I don't want none of that in my life or my house. So the mother's responsible. If mama loud, is she hard or ratchet? Two things can happen. Either he started being attracted to, he's been made into a total beta male, and the only way he can function is with a woman, and when she's domineering, well, that's what you'll pick. He picks these domineering, ratchet chicks. Or if he don't want any of that, he wants some semblance of nice and sweet and femininity, and he's seen it in his family of females, his mother, his female cousins, auntie, and all that stuff. Well, he goes to the first woman or girls who treat him like a man. And for a lot of our black boys, we have to be honest. A lot of black boys are treated nicer or nicely by little Asian chicks, little young Hispanics, and young white girls. And then we wonder why, damn, all the chicks my son bring home, they all non-black girls. Hell is in my family. I got a little cousin. Shit, it's already been known. He already said to his mother to her face, pretty much, why he don't talk to the black girls in his high school when he was in high school. And this is years ago. I think he's like in college and stuff now, and I don't think he's talking to black girls in college either. I haven't spoken to him in a while. I'll catch up with him to see. But because his mom was show ratchet and loud. He said, Mom, you know how you get crazy sometimes? Yeah, kind of. And she just sitting there smiling, didn't understand why her son doesn't talk to black girls at schools. Because of you. Because when he see a black girl, and as soon as she roll her eyes and throw her neck, he goes the opposite direction. And that's how it is. And we need to be mindful of that. Children hear, and they hear us, and they read signs. They may not be mature enough to express it, but they definitely hear us. Just like we say, daughters go out and try to find a man that's like their fathers. Well, that can be a good and a bad thing. Hopefully, the father's responsible. He's a man. He takes care of everything. He's a hunter-gatherer, protector, provider, and she goes out and looks for that. But if dad is a rolling stone and a slickster, and well, get what she gonna pick all the time. End up with. Yeah, I brought the water. Yeah, Mary Max, I brought the water, and so that's what it is. So, but also those who say they're not role models and you're famous, you need to stop lying to yourselves. You are. You famous black dudes out there, you famous rappers, athletes, y'all are role models. Y'all need to respect that title. You need to respect it, and you need to behave accordingly, because there are a lot of young men who copy what you do. So all these multiple baby mamas or getting all these random chicks pregnant that's not your wife, y'all need to cut that shit out. I'm probably the first and only dude that say that, because everybody else too busy kissing your ass because you can run down the field, because you can rap a lyric, because you have millions of dollars in the bank. Well, luckily, my manhood wasn't built on materialism. It was built on heart, soul, and guts. You hear me? So I don't look at you like that. I look at your behavior. And right now, you little famous black dudes, y'all are not acting like men. Y'all are acting like dudes who are in search of something. Search of manhood, in search of validation, in search of a hug or something. But get it together, because young children are watching y'all. and this rain is coming down. So let me end this damn live. For those of you who came on, thank y'all so much. We'll talk in the future. Don't forget my book, $10 Cash App, Rico the Opinionist. It's about when I met my dad for the first time. Well, found out about him. And then met him at age 39. It's called The Greatest Pain Ever Felt. Conversation with my absent biological father who never wanted to be found. And then when I walked up on the sports, he said, hey, how'd you find me? And I was like, hey, Google Maps, MapQuest. He's like, hey, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. So hit me on that. Hit me for the $10. Hit me with the $10 on the Cash App, PayPal, Rico the Opinionist. Please send an email address because it's in a PDF form, and I can email it to you as soon as you send your payment. But thank y'all so much. Please share this live. Yeah, y'all be cool. We'll talk in the future. Peace.